Are you ready for judgment? Are you prepared spiritually for what is about to come? Forget about your money. Forget about your houses. Forget about your cars. Forget about fame and fortune and power. Are you prepared spiritually what you're going to have to deal with when the Most High releases his judgment over this nation? Yes, we're seeing hurricanes happening. We're seeing fires happening. We're seeing people being unalived every day and people unaliving themselves. We're seeing the LGBT community running rapid throughout Hollywood, throughout the corporations, and even throughout our government. And we're seeing government corruptions and the lies of them stating that this country is based on Judeo-Christian values when we all know that they were Freemasons that worship the devil. But what does the word of Yahuwah say about judgment? In Revelations 9, verse 13 through 21, I'm going to read to you out of the Sefer Bible. And it says, "And the sixth angel sounded, and I heard a voice from the four horns of the golden altar, which is before Yahuwah, saying to the sixth angel which had the shofar, Loose the four angels which are bound in the great river Perath. And the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour, a day, a month, a year, for to slay the third part of men. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them." Now I know me and my son was talking about this, and we're talking about a 200 million army. And we were thinking, could it be the Russians? Could it be Turkey? Could it be Iraq? Could it be Iran? I just know that a lot of people are not ready spiritually. I know we're not ready in the natural for an army, but spiritually, even the set apart ones are not ready, because you have to be in tune, following the laws of the Most High, Yahuwah, to know exactly how to fight this enemy. In verse 17, it says, "And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them having breastplates of fire, and of jesset and brimstone. And the heads of the horses were as the heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire and smoke and brimstone." Verse 18, "By these three was the third part of men killed by the fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouths. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents, and had heads, and with them they do hurt." Verse 20, "And the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues," listen to this, "yet repented not of the works of their hands, and they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see nor hear nor walk." Verse 21, "Neither repented." After all this, they still didn't repent. "They of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor their fornication, and nor of their thefts." So even though the release of judgment was released on the people, they refused to repent and turn from their wicked ways. We're seeing this right now. We're seeing people that call themselves the chosen ones, that call themselves Christians, that call themselves believers, that are not turning from their wicked ways. You can't love the world and love Yahuwah at the same time. You will be judged if you're not living righteously. You see, Yahuwah is going to pick and take his chosen one to fight. It says that he's going to set us apart, and he's going to protect us, He's going to protect us from the enemy. He's going to protect us through everything that's going to happen. He's going to shield us, because he says those who endure to the end will be saved. So let me ask you a question. Are you spiritually ready to fight the battle? Do you have your armor on, your breastplate of righteousness? Do you have your helmet of salvation on? Do you have the sword of the Spirit, the shield of faith? If you don't have your weapons on and you have nothing that's going to cover you, you will perish in eternity. Just wants to die, and then there's the judgment.